By the time we will realize what Fulani have done to us in this country, it might just have been too late. By the time we will realize the extent of the damage that Fulani has done to this nation, it will have been just too late. I'm sorry. But I'm not even actually sorry, because this is not something we didn't see. This is something Nnamdi Kanu cried on for a long time. The church hated him. The people hated him. We criticized him. I was part of those that criticized him. But we see everything the man has said coming to pass today. When Fulani went and killed Fatorati's daughter, the late Afenifene reader, when they slaughtered his daughter like a chicken, slaughtered his daughter, the president, Tinubu went there and where are the cows? He said, where are the cows? Tinubu went there and mocked them. They said to Fulani, he denied it. He said, where are the cows? Because of his political ambition. You know that people like Tinubu are not interested in governance. They're only interested in power. All they want to secure is power. So they can sell their soul for power. They can sacrifice Nigerians for power. He doesn't care. All he knows is politics of power, not good governance. He went there and said, where are the cows? They said, do you believe the Fulani? He said, no, he said, where are the cows? By the time we realize the extent of the damages that Fulani has done in this country, it will have just been too late. You can be there to say it doesn't concern you. The day is coming, you remember that a man of God kept shouting this thing. I've become a talkative on social media. I keep talking every now and then. You think I'm playing? You think I just want to do content? Some of you even call me content creator. By the time you realize the extent of the damages of this Fulani to this nation, it might just have been too late. They're not just operating in the north anymore. They've been doing it in the north. They've conquered the north. They've overwhelmed the middle belt. Now they've moved to the east. They've moved to the west. They tested the waters in Kwara. There was no resistance whatsoever. They've tested it in Ebonyi. They did it in Enugu. Recently, it was in Imo State. They attacked in Imo State. There was no resistance whatsoever. They did it in Omagua in Port Harcourt, River State, south of Nigeria. They've tested the water. They've seen it. Then they decided to go deeper and went to your state. Kidnapping a child of 2, a child of 4, slaughtering a mass teacher, an educated man, an illiterate or circumcised Fulani, slaughtering an educated Yoruba man, slaughtering like a chicken, took a life that has value, that has capacity to impact a generation, and he took it like that without anything. By the time we will realize the extent of the damages of Fulani to this society. I told you of Fulanization agenda. I told you of Islamization agenda. I told you how they're working for jihad, and they want to overwhelm the nation with third Nigeria to a caliphate, to an emirate. You think I'm playing? By the time we will realize it, they're not afraid. They've done it in Port Harcourt for Fulani to come to Port Harcourt, in Omagua, and slaughter people and kidnap people in South. Then they went to the west. They did it. The Yorubas are so, I'm sorry, these are my people, but fortunately they've been so foolish. They're foolish. They're interested in standing on a useless mandate, on a corrupted mandate, on a mandate of a man that has no capacity, that is corrupt, that is incompetent. They're still playing, but they're still politicking. There are people being slaughtered in the bush, in the farms, they're still politicking. Such a useless people. I'm sorry, the Yorubas. I'm from Ogun State. I'm from Abeokuta. But if it was anything about Igbo, you see them rise up and their man would rise up. A lady put us last time, she wanted to do an art exhibition and she put it Owambe. They came out. The government came out. The SSS came out. They said, no, we are desecrating the Yorubas because we are Igbo. They came out with their manhood. They came out. Their man was charged. They wanted to kill her. They said, we're sure you don't do nothing. You are desecrating the Yoruba tribe. You are desecrating the Yoruba culture. such a depraved-minded fools, idiots. Depraved-minded idiots. They came out. Their people have been slaughtered. They went to the Orire local government, took children, took men, took women, slaughtered them. Having a child of 2 years old in the death of kidnapper. What does it? If this is a serious nation, I tell you, if Nigeria is anywhere a serious nation, this nation should be grounded. As it is like this. And call for the resignation nature of the president. But no. When you go on social media, you'll be so amazed at the nonsense that you see online. Have you forgotten that there are people that are still the people that were kidnapped from Ekwa Church on the 5th of April? They are still the death of kidnapper. And the government is politicking. Looking for mandate to stand on. Useless, corrupt mandate. Foolish idiots. They say this man of God talk too much. This man of God is abusive. This man of God talk too. If you think I go punish you too. I'm so tired of you idiots. That we don't know what we measure the minor, then we minor the major. By the time you realize the extent of the damages of Fulani to this nation, I tell you, it will be too much. It will be too late. Maybe the day you remember that, and this man of God has been shouting and talking about this thing, then there will be a gun on your head. Or a knife to your throat. To kill you like they are killing cow. You see what we are doing? It will backfire. The Yorubas, they used to call them betrayers. They used to call the Yoruba betrayers. Are you not seeing it? They're so focused on Peter Obi not becoming president. Oh my God. They're so focused on Peter Obi not becoming president. Look at what they're doing. That useless boy. That useless, what's his name? Sunday Go. Will come and tell you, if not for APC, nobody's, I don't want to say anything, other political party is APC. And he came out the other time to say he want to defend his fatherland. Confused idiot. He cannot see what they're doing to his fatherland now. From, your state, right on your state where he's from. He cannot see that now. If it's a talk of Peter Obi, how to hinder Peter Obi from being president or another candidate, you see them come up because they want to stand on useless money. If you want to see the men of God in the south, it is why they're campaigning. Why useless idiot calling himself a pastor came out the other day and he gathered people for a crusade and they were saying, on your mandate we shall stand. Confused bastards. Brethren, by the time you realize the extent of the damages of the Fulanis and the Islamic jihadists in Nigeria on us, it might just have been too late. If we don't stand up and rise up, if it's a serious nation, for the extent of this, you will have seen the military power. I mean, so don't you see how it is done in other nations? Your president sent some lousy words through a lousy media aid by your Nanuga. Lousy media aid. Confused bigots. And shared by the confused people in his government. The Yoruba, the confused Yorubas. If you say they are calling me, I'm a Yoruba man, a bona fide one from Abeokuta, but I'm better, I'm wiser, better, more anointed with the wisdom of God to know what to do at the time. When there was no king in Israel, everyone does what was right in his own side. That's exactly what I say. By the time you realize with the extent of the damages of Fulani on Nigeria, I pity you. They tested, they have done it in Kwara, they have done it in Ondo, they have done it, they just did it on you. You think you're in Lagos, you're safe. You're in a quiet land. One day you just see it happen. It will be like an Indian film. You see it. My team has been working tirelessly in the north to see the extent of the damages of the military. Instead of protecting the people, they are there destroying the people. By the time you see the extent, the damages of the Fulanis, of the Fulanization agenda, of Islamization agenda on Nigerians, it's not just too late. All your influencers are online, doing something, doing very useless things, and you see people flocking them, following them. The day it will happen to you, I'll be here. For the children of God, you'll be protected, but we must act. I've told us the military will not save us. We must do the right thing. We know what to do. When it is time, you will not wait for government approval. You will carry rifle and defend yourself.
This is the exact word I am looking for. Now, this is one of the people who criticize Nnamdi Kanu, who saw what is happening some years back and is regretting for criticizing Nnamdi Kanu. And he said a lot of people did that, which of course we know. And where is Nnamdi Kanu? Even the government is against Nnamdi Kanu, and see where they have put Nnamdi Kanu as we speak. So unfortunate. But what he said is what is happening now. People are now playing the video of Nnamdi Kanu where he said all he said that we are now experiencing as a people. People are trying to make the video go viral. That this man said this. This man said that, you know, when he said that, and we saw what was going on in the Middle Belt, in Kwara, in the north especially, you know, people, when he was even hammering on Tinubu, you want Tinubu to be president, and it's like as if just like people are always referring to what this man Fela did, and you begin to wonder that it's like Fela is still living amongst us, and what he said there is still what is happening that we are all experiencing. So also what Nnamdi Kanu is saying. But somebody said, you know what, that they are so happy that Nnamdi Kanu is alive today to witness all he said, unlike what Fela said at that time, that people are supposed to be going to Fela and say, Oga, you know, kundus to you. But unfortunately, it's no longer alive. She understand, but people still give him that respect. Because Nnamdi Kanu is much better, that people can say, Oga, hey, so you saw all of this. And it's as if people don't even know. These people that are even criticizing Nnamdi Kanu, not that they don't know, but because of their own selfish interest, because they are tribal bigots, that is why they will say, I better forget it. And that is why this one is coming out to confess that, me too, I thought say Nnamdi Kanu this, Nnamdi Kanu that. May God hear our cry. Thank you, sir, for lending your voice. Well, this one is even coming out to even agree to the fact that, you know, expecting, you know, making a U-turn on what he has said against Nnamdi Kanu. But a lot of people are still there. Say, forget it. Forget Nnamdi Kanu. We're not going to give him credit. We're not going to give him credit. Forget about him. Well, good morning to my Yoruba brothers and sisters. God bless you. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, Almighty God will bless you. May your ministry continues to grow. I think this is the pastor that came out here, I think some weeks ago, calling on all the pastors that say, what are you guys looking at? What are you waiting for? That there's a guy who tried to defend himself because of this same banditry. But at the end of the day, they saw the whole thing because it was a self-defense. Now they have sentenced that guy to pie, and nobody is saying anything. And he called a lot of pastors that they should speak. All of them for WDOD, they kept quiet. Yeah, I think that is the same guy, and now he's realizing his mistakes by attacking Nnamdi Kanu then.